Call the meeting to order. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Here.
Alderman Hoppy. Here. Alderman Kerwin.
Here.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Here.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Here.
Alderman Persick.
Here.
Alderman Studer.
Here.
7 present, 1 absent. You have a quorum.
I declare that the regular meeting of the Wilmington City Council on September 17th, 2013 is now in session. Council, you got approval of the minutes from September 3rd.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes of September 3rd placed on file.
You have a motion by Alderman Hoppy. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Second by Alderman Kirby Hall. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent. Motion passes.
Thank you. There's a couple items under the mayor's report. One's printed, one's not. First off, before the appointment, I'd just like to bring to everybody's attention, there was, I guess there's been a lot of accidents in Illinois Route 53, Coal City Road over the years. And one of the people who were involved in it actually had sent a letter to the governor's office, and then it was transferred to IDOT, and I never got wind of it until today. But I just want to keep everybody abreast that they did a study on the Illinois Route 53 Coal City Road interchange. The person requested a 4-way stop sign to be placed there to minimize the accidents. The report didn't meet that, but it did meet the implementation of traffic control device, which will be lighted control device. So that is actually going to be put in IDOT's 2014 to 2019 plan. So a lot of times there's interconnects with the rails and everything else, so it takes a while to get that done, but it's good to see that they're actually recognizing the fact that the traffic studies do warrant a traffic control device there. So it'll be in there, you know, it takes a long time, but 5 years is really a short-term plan when it comes to IDOT, so that's good to hear. But in the interim, they will be replacing the stop signs with new 36-inch stop signs, as well as they'll be redoing the, painting and basically trying to increase the visibility of that intersection as much as possible up until they get traffic control warrants up there. So I just wanted to keep everybody abreast of that situation. Thank you. All right, the next thing on the mayor's appointment is, what I'd like to do is try to keep diversity in all my appointments, especially with lawyers. They're always good people. I'd like to appoint Kavanaugh, Grumley, and Corbold as attorneys for our local prosecution, which basically deals with our local court and any other traffic court related issues. The main attorney for that'll be handling our local traffic court issues is Reagan Freitag, who's here tonight. She's local. So it's always good to see she has a pulse on the city of Wilmington. She happens to be our county board chairman, so that helps too sometimes. So, if anybody got that, Jennifer got that?
Like that?
Yeah.
I move to approve the mayoral appointments.
Okay, can you just put, yeah, mayoral appointment, there you go. Kavanaugh, Grumley, and Corbold.
Kavanaugh, Grumley, and Corbold as attorneys for local prosecution.
All right, a motion by Alderman Persick, do you have a second? Second by Alderman Kerwin. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent. Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, citizens' comments tonight. Any citizens' comments? Yes.
This is really hard on me, but I want to give my condolences to the city and the police department for Officer Wager. He was always kind to my daughter. And I'm just so sorry for your loss. What are you doing now? Rest in peace.
Thank you, Sheriff. Yeah, it's one thing that, for those that didn't know, sometimes we get involved in everything. That we did lose Officer Wager last week to a long battle illness with cancer. I don't know. He's been around here a long time. I know.
23 years.
23 years. In fact, the first time I ever had my local police department was Mr. Wager showed up. Had the opportunity, I guess, the privilege of coaching his son when he played baseball back when he was 6, 7 years old. So, yeah, it's been a struggle, but even through the cancer, he was a battler. He always was. He battled through a lot of adversity. I know the arrangements are scheduled for Wednesday, correct?
Thursday, visitation 4 to
Thursday's
8 at
visitation.
Patterson's and funeral Friday
Right. And that's at Patterson's as well,
at
correct?
10 a.m., correct?
Thank you, Sheriff. All right, any other citizens' comments? Planning and Zoning Commission, the next scheduled meeting is Thursday, October 3rd, 2013, at 6 o'clock p.m. Committee reports, building grounds, parks, health and safety, Alderman Persick, Alderman Van Dyne.
Mr. Mayor, the next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, October 9th, 2013 at 6 p.m.
Thank you. Water, sewer, streets and alleys, Alderman Studer, Alderman Kerwin.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the quote for completed integration service and authorize the purchase to replace the SLC 100 PLC at the water treatment plant not to exceed $14,000.
A motion by Alderman Kerwin, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Alderman Hoppy, any discussion?
This is a replacement? That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the stuff we have is antiquated, it's probably about 15 to 17 years old, runs on phone lines, which, like I said, it's an antiquated system. The other ones will run more on the wireless motor system, the radio signal, so it's a much better system.
And the superintendent assured us that he would not have to exceed that amount.
I also believe that this, there's some functions that cannot be used for the water
Yeah, the-
department because of the old
The limited
PLC.
capacity, yeah, the limited capacity of the PLC. This, and just so you guys know, he had actually budgeted for $12,000 for this project. It did exceed it by a couple of thousand, but he's very comfortable in the fact that he'll be able to pull from different areas within his budget to meet the needs, still meet the needs of his budget. So. Oh, absolutely. It'll save us, we spend $2,000 a year on phones. We won't have to spend any more once we get this implemented. All right, any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent, motion passes.
Mr. Mayor, our next scheduled meeting is for Wednesday, October 9th at 5:30 p.m.
Please, Nesda, Alderman Studer.
Mr. Mayor, next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, October 8th, 2013 at 5:30 p.m.
Continue with Finance Administration on that position.
Mr. Mayor, I have 3. I move to approve the accounts payable report dated September 12th, 2013 in the amount of $226,071.73 and the August 2013 collector's report in the amount of $276,797.01.
A motion by Alderman Studer, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Persick. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent, motion passes.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the commercial lease agreement for the building located at 241 Winchester Court, Wilmington, in the amount of $550 per month. Landlord is Trust 741 Jeff Shell for Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community Office.
A motion by Alderman Studer, do we have a second?
I second that.
Second by Alderman Hall. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Studer. Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent, motion passes.
Okay, one more, Mr. Mayor. I move to approve resolution number 2013-15, duties of Deputy Chief of Police.
Motion by Alderman Studer, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Go ahead.
Seconded by Alderman Kerwin. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Studer,
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin,
Yes.
Alderman Persick,
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall,
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne,
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy,
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent, motion passes.
Mr. Mayor, next Finance Administration Land Acquisition meeting will be Tuesday, October 15th, 2013, at 6 p.m.
Ordinance and License Committee, Alderman Hoppy, Alderman Kirby Hall.
Mr. Mayor, we have a first reading for an ordinance adopting the International Property Maintenance Code.
Okay, now, the only thing in your packet, there's an informational on putting together, working with ICCI and going over the code book. One thing to be what we're looking at is, it does talk about interior structure. But the reason we did include that is we do get inquiries from tenants normally to come in and take a look in regards to, leaky ceilings, maybe bugs in the rooms, things like that. So that it does fall under interior, but you're only going to be invited in the interior. We're not going to be knocking on doors and saying, hey, it's time for an interior inspection to a multifamily or to a commercial or anything like that. We'll have to be invited in and legally invited in. Someone has to have the authority to allow us to come into that apartment. And when we do that, we do notify the landlords, because we do it now. We do get the calls, and after we go in, we notify the landlord that we're also, been inside your place in regards to a complaint of leaky wall, leaky ceiling or something like that. It seems to be the main thing we get is mold or something. I think they get out there from the leaks. The other thing that, one of the things that we noticed in working with the fire department is, in support of this, is this also covers addresses as part of the property maintenance code as an exterior. And they would like us to really work together with a campaign once we adopt this, truly do an education on getting the addresses out there on the homes, visible. They might be there in the home, but you can't really see it because it's not under the light, or it's not near some place where it's closest to the street. So that's another good positive thing when it comes to public safety, that property maintenance code, when it gets adopted, will be a positive thing for, we'll get with a campaign and show examples, and we'll have to maybe talk about that further on the public safety, work with our fire department, and get people to get their addresses more clearly visible from the streets. It'll help with, I know, response times.
I grew up as a kid going up out west, and they actually had a campaign with the same thing. The city actually had reflective paint painted on the curbs of the houses that had curbs, and had the address numbers on all the curbs, and it was all reflective, which made it so much easier for emergency personnel to be driving down and see a sign on the curb.
It definitely works well, especially when you're in Utah and it's not snowing as much. But it's good, 9 to 10 months out of the year to do the curb painting, and then do, like I say, other.
On the stairs.
Yeah, any place just get the address out there. So when people ask why are we passing an ordinance like this, that's another reason. That is, I think we take that campaign on too. And as you noticed, there's some it's sort of a question and answer type formula we put together for this format. And this is not totally encompassed, but mainly the highlights of what property maintenance is going to look at.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah,
I think so.
we'll get it on our website, and that way they'll be able to see it as a frequently asked question thing, and look for input. Like we had the last time, we had a couple of property owners come in, and we encouraged especially the multifamily, to come out and give their input. So.
Next meeting?
Next meeting is when?
Tuesday,
Tuesday, October 8th, 2013, I think.
Personnel collective bargaining, Alderman Hall, Alderman Persick.
At this time, Mr. Mayor, we have nothing.
City Administrative Report, Mr. Graff.
Yeah, the update on the superintendent for our wastewater reclamation. We closed on the resumes last Friday. We did receive, we have 5 that we're under review right now. The review committee is the superintendent of Public Works, our city engineer, and water department. We'll review the resumes, and then we're planning on doing interviews next week, once we select probably 3 candidates out of the 5 or 6 that look very promising, maybe 3 or 4 candidates. So hopefully we can at least have some kind of recommendation that we'll advise you next week about the replacement for Bob Lamb. And it looks very, very promising, the resumes we received. You should have got that press release about the Transcold facility coming in. We finished the site development plan review, so the mass grading permit is eligible. We told them to come out to start doing their mass grading. And their time schedule still is, if everything goes right, to be open by March 1st. The Burlington Northern did drop off their rail plans, and we did a final review of those today with some comments. And we should be able to issue their site development permit by Friday.
Are they taking the rail side lot then? You know? They got
Yes.
they have those 2 pads done, they taking the one closest to the...
No, we're on the other side of Kavanaugh.
Oh, okay.
If you follow the rail spur the way it is now, follow that just sort of southeasterly a little bit. And we'll run it by the Kavanaugh, Mary Kavanaugh's house area, just north of there, is where the design road will be completed across Kavanaugh Road. So we'll be looking at, on the west side there, the corn's just about ready to be picked.
I think there's 3 impacted homes within the agreement.
Oh, within the homeowner association,
Yeah, within the
or
homeowners
homeowner
agreement.
assistance, yeah. They sent notices out this week.
Yeah, that's what I thought they said they were getting. And they still been meeting with clientele. I mean, I know me and Tony happened to be out there last week, and one of those projects, they got names to them all over the place, you know, from Operation Lego, Operation Christie, Operation whatever. It's kind of, they just have unique names, but we happen to be there, and a whole bus of people happen to come in, and they give them the spiel, and, you know, to try to get the feedback. Some of them, you know, they really like the close proximity to the interstate, how easy it is to get on and off. So I think that's a big plus out in that area. So now that they're moving dirt, and now Lorenzo Road's done, now the cones are picked up, so I think they'll just help even more, so.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, it's a lot of activity happening out there, so.
No, Marty, the homeowners that they're talking to, so there's a group then?
I think there's.
But they're talking to these
Well, yeah,
people?
there's 3 homes, you know, basically I think it was within a half mile.
Yes.
Anytime when there's a building permit for those that are new, the agreement was when the annexation was signed, there was an appraisal done of every home that was out there within that area, within that half mile grid. So whenever they have a building permit that encroaches upon houses within a half a mile, they have to make an offer based on the agreement, which was 125% of the appraised value plus 2%, 2% increment every year from the beginning of the agreement. I mean, that's the minimum they have to offer. And they offer more, absolutely, that's their choice. But at the same time, only thing we recommend and require from them is to make that offer to them. You know, they have to make a modified offer. That homeowner doesn't have to accept the offer, but it doesn't preclude us from turning around and giving a building permit to Ridgeport to build their building based on the agreement.
Okay, I gotta ask you something, because what did Governor Quinn say that he was going to do? I'm sorry, I just, all of a sudden I lost my thought about that. You couldn't object to having your property sold, what was that called?
Eminent domain.
Eminent
domain.
Quick sale.
Quick take.
Quick take.
That doesn't include.
No, that's totally
That's
separate.
different, okay.
Yeah. Eminent domain deals with public
Oh,
improvement.
well,
Eminent domain act deals with public improvement projects.
Yeah, it's more for the tollway thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tony, is everything settled with Mr. Buck?
We're working on it.
It's not done yet?
We have an understanding. We just got to put it all in a document now. They all understand that part. So
We
I
think
think
we're
we're there.
close and it grows a leg. Either side, it just kind of gets out there and it's up
We're,
and it happens.
what we did was, we did move to the next level to put in the pumps. And so if they do get users in there, we will have the backup system of the pumps so that we won't have the backup flooding problems along Kavanaugh. So Just like everything else, it's percolating. Coffee's almost done. We'll get there.
I'd like to have that done before that building's done.
Yes, I think,
We too, us
yes.
too.
I think, well, whatever, like I said, I think we're right there now. We just have to get everybody in the same room again and finish it up. So, they've been very cooperative, just asked for some more information is all it was, and that's getting provided for. And then the only thing on the Eliana, you see a lot of articles about CMAP, so the big meeting is October 9th, when the CMAP Policy Board will take the vote for the 2040 fiscal constraint, reference to the Eliana Expressway. So we do know that today the Secretary for Ann Snyder for IDOT, at the meeting we had up at CED, Global Logistics meeting today, she has been meeting individually with the CMAP Policy Governing Board to talk about what the issues really are and help with the understanding of, there's different opinions on what's going to cost and things like that. So it was good to hear from the Secretary in regards to that they're taking that extra effort, the Governor's office, to say, we understand you got some questions and we'll meet with you. So October 9th will be a date, watch your emails, we know the vote, we'll let you know how it goes. Right now, it seems like a lot of good questions are being answered for them, and we're providing that to them. So, very, very positive, I think, at this point, at least information-wise, going back and forth. We'll see how it ends up, in the big picture. So, that's about it.
Attorney's report, Mr. Urban.
I have nothing to report, except that within the last week or so, I received notice from the appellate court that they scheduled the oral argument for the severance lawsuit for 2 weeks from tomorrow. October 2nd is at 9 o'clock. We don't get to argue any new evidence. It's just basically arguing what happened in the trial court. There's about 7 justices on the appellate court. Will appear before 3 justices. It's a panel. We don't know who they are until we get there. Actually, we won't know until they sit down in front of us to argue the case. So, it's open to the public. It's at 9 o'clock, October 2nd in Ottawa. And the appellate court has something new recently, and about 3 weeks after the oral argument, they'll have the audio of the argument available online. So once that's available, I can send you all a link, and you can go ahead and listen to the argument yourself. So save the trip down to Ottawa. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Urban. No executive session tonight, so there's no action to follow. Our next regular city council meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, October 1st, 2013, at 7 o'clock p.m. Motion to adjourn? Second? Favor? Opposed? We're adjourned.